Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with a retro StarCraft 2 replay cast with quite interesting engagement. We have once again here, I believe the game has been played around the year 2017, 2018 and with two known figures back in the day. You can even see the skin of the SCVs look a little bit different here. So it might have been actually earlier from 2018, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we have spawning here in the lower right. In the red, it is Innovation from South Korea, and his opponent, of course, you should know who this is. It is, of course, from Finland, SERRAL, as the blue Zerg here spawning in the upper left part on King's Coven LE, I believe a 2 spawning location map. And we already see here SERRAL actually opening up with a spawning pool very early, so he might try to be aggressive early on. But yeah, we see, of course, it's a very long replay, 44-minute replay in between these two pros. Two legends actually here from StarCraft 2, and Innovation actually opting to block this entrance here, so he should be fine in case there's going to be an early aggression by SERRAL. So spawning pool first for SERRAL into fast expansion, as of course he's sending out his overlords here just to see if there is a proxy barracks attack, as of course Innovation back in the day was pretty much known for proxying just like Maru. But yeah, no such thing out of him. He also went over his gas, and his first Reaper is also getting produced here. It might be a 1-1-1 build order with one barracks into one factory and then one starport, as the SCV is also moving out here for Innovation. It looks like it's actually a 4 spawning location map, given the fact that the SCV is now moving into the lower left, or EC perhaps is going to build a surprise factory here onto the map. It could be a option here for Innovation. Let's see what exactly his plans are. Just checking here. Expansion from SERRAL. There's also the overlords are moving very close towards Innovation. Innovation continuing with a factory. Also is going for his expansion. The SCV has scouted, of course, the expansion right here. SERRAL should follow very soon with his second expansion. And there are some Zerglings already out for him, so he might try to be lucky here to snipe the SCV, as the Reaper is also close by. So Reaper also looks a little bit different here with a very cool looking skin. And yeah, let's also see all the other skins here from the Terran, as the factory units will be added very soon. We also have the Starport. So indeed it is a 1-1-1 build order here for him. Interesting enough, no second expansion here for SERRAL, so it could be a timing push with some roaches. You can of course see the production tab in the upper left part, just in case I'm missing something. So yeah, the interconnection continues here with creep, and there is indeed the second expansion for SERRAL. A little bit delayed around the 3-minute mark, as the first Hellions are out, and indeed you can see also the Hellions looking very cool here with 3 wheels on the ground. Very nice textures back in the game, looking really cool as they're moving out here, and perhaps they're going to be lucky to try to inflict some damage towards the economy from SERRAL. So let's see how this is going to work out for him. In come the Hellions. The Queen is there to block the entrance. There are some Zerglings, so he should be fine. But yeah, that is one cool looking skin here. Actually, in the picture right here, it's 4 wheels, but you can see how nice they look with only 1 wheel here in the front, as they scout now the expansion from SERRAL. So quite cool looking stuff. Maybe he's going to scan the air to snap some creep, or maybe he's going to try his luck here forward towards the drones. Drones are being pulled here by SERRAL, but he needs to be careful. Some Zerglings have been sniped. One Hellion is also going down, and there's the Roach Warrant. I believe he did scout this out. At the same time, we see more and more Hellions actually moving out here for Innovation, with a Liberator here as well. So quite aggressive early move out, and a second Liberator also being created here by Innovation. So no benches for him, straight into Liberators with some Hellions on the ground. I believe it's going to be a double attack against the economy here from SERRAL. Let's see how this is going to work out for him. Actually, all the Hellions are making it here forward, so SERRAL in some serious trouble. He's going to lose so many drones here. He's trying to hide them, but of course 9 of them already have been killed. So great move out by Innovation with those units, with those Hellions being able to kill 15 units here from SERRAL, 15 drones. So what a mistake here by SERRAL, not entirely blocking the entrance here. Remember, there is also a Liberator out for him for Innovation. And the second one is also getting added. So in SERRAL, with an early mistake by him, this is going to perhaps cost him the game after he lost 15 workers here against those Hellions. Great move out by Innovation. His wall off is pretty much getting completed, and a great early game for him. And there is the Liberator. Yeah, 0 kills for him, as finally SERRAL being able to block this. But yeah, his economy has suffered quite some losses there, as there's still also no spore into this location, no blocking the entrance here. So SERRAL with an early, not that good game, is trying of course to counter the units here from SERRAL. From Innovation, is trying to inflict as much damage as possible, being successful, sniping 3 SCVs, as Innovation also not having that much here to defend. You can see the tank, and with that I believe he's going to be fine, not losing so many workers. In the meantime, the Liberator has sniped 5 SCVs, and also very nice looking skin here for Innovation with the tank. Yeah, 5 more SCVs have been sniped. I believe the Queens have taken care of the Liberator. But yeah, SERRAL's early game not that good. He's being forced now to go for some spores, and the early game from Innovation quite on point, as slowly but steadily we're closing towards the 10-minute mark. So an early great game by Innovation there. We also have the Marine, nice looking gun, and yeah, let's see if Innovation is going to go out with some dropships towards the enemy. Could be a possibility for him. In the meantime, he has another expansion. The tanks on the high ground will be very nice here to defend this. And let's see what's going to happen the next moves. Lots and lots of Marines are getting added. I believe it's going to be very likely a push out very soon with Innovation, with some... Oh yeah, there are the medivacs indeed. So it's mass medivacs into bio for him, as the push is very likely going to happen into this location. Let's see what SERRAL has. Still onto finally going towards tier 2. Baning's Nest, Roach Warrant has also been added by him, but I don't see any roaches, so it's still Link Bane for him, as he's added another expansion here. So he's preparing for a quite macro oriented game. Innovation, however, is not going to allow this to happen. He's moving out with his Marines, with his tanks towards the newly established bases here from SERRAL, but we do have Baning, so let's see if Innovation perhaps is going to wait for those medivacs. And there they are in the back, also with a very nice looking featured, a nice looking skin. And yeah, in comes Innovation with a scan. He's going to be able to snipe some eggs, even the Overseer is getting sniped, and this base right here looks like he's going to get doomed. He can out micro SERRAL here with those medivacs. The tanks also in the back dealing more and more damage, and the tanks finally do get surrounded here nicely by SERRAL, so he should be able to take this out. And yeah, still more and more damage is being taken actually here for SERRAL. So all of his Zerglings have been taken out, even one Queen has been taken out. Importantly here, however, for him is the fact that he did snipe the tanks, and with that I believe SERRAL is going to be able to hold, but he also suffered now. But his army account looks like force can replenished up forces, just Zerglings with Banings, as another drop is happening here next to his base, and we see more and more units are getting created there. We have the upgrades started now by Innovation, as the hatchery is taking quite some damage. Reinforcements also nicely pouring in here forward for Innovation, as he's sniping more and more of the units from the Zerg. So yeah, the tank in the back also dealing some great damage. And in comes SERRAL, no units this time from the back, just the Banings will be able to get some connections as he gets another great surround, so he should be able to hold. Some hydrosils have been added by him, and with that he should be able to hold. Perhaps later on he's going to transition into some lurkers. Would be very good against all of the bio from Innovation. So we are indeed closing towards the 10-minute mark. A great attack by Innovation, but in the end SERRAL is able to hold with sheer masses of Zerglings with Banings. And Innovation now just pretty much securing now his expansion points. It's soon to be a 4-base Terran versus a 4-base Zerg right here. Worker wise, Innovation actually having more workers than his opponent, looking really strong. And upgrade wise, 1-1 for both players. So let's see what the transition might be here for Innovation. Perhaps he's going to be going for some mass factory units. Could be a possibility here for him. And what exactly is SERRAL going to transition to into the late game? Perhaps some Ultras, perhaps some Broodwars. But yeah, great connections this time for SERRAL, killing all of those Marines onto the ground, and he might even be lucky to snipe a medivac or two. So this time a great defense by SERRAL, and his hatchery is also slowly but steadily regenerating HP. So innovation retreating now. He has to bring back all of the units. Marines tanks have also nicely been added, as he's nicely creating here a beeline towards the entrance. At the same time, we do see a small drop here, but the medivacs will be likely getting sniped, so the Marines have to be left behind. And yeah, great defense indeed here by SERRAL, as once again innovation tries to push out with some groups of Marines with some medivacs, and let's see if it's going to be successful into sniping the next expansion points here from SERRAL. Yeah, he's just sniping egg after egg, and it looks really good for him, as SERRAL tries a counter with some Zergs here, but of course no match against all of those tanks and the Marines onto the ground. So yeah, but SERRAL's looking slowly but steadily recovering here. However, notice that innovation still has 5 more workers than him, so his economy is also looking very good, very strong. I believe that's exactly why this game is going to be lasting so long. 82 workers versus 85, sorry. And yeah, army wise, very low armies, but I believe in the end most players will very likely suicide their workers very soon. However, we do now have a strong move out by SERRAL in 2 directions with Hydros, with Zerglings, and I believe it could be a double attack happening very soon, as innovation might have scanned it. So the reason of this, of course, is to block the other expansion point for innovation. At the same time, SERRAL just pretty much keeps on expanding all over the map, just pretty much nicely patrolling the map, having good map control, and innovation playing very safe, very defensively with his tanks, with his Marines, and now we even have some Marauders. They also look very nice here, very tanky, and nice shields here for the Marines, looking very medieval actually here for him. So yeah, nice stuff by the player, as we also see now SERRAL move out with his Zerglings and with his Hydras. I believe he's going to try to attack this point, but a very smart spread here by innovation with his tanks, and they actually kind of look like SCVs with their arms there. So let's see what's going to happen here. A small move out once again with a group of Marines, but SERRAL is holding up nicely, and innovation looks like it's just pretty much going to defend the next expansion point. He has a sensor tower here, so we should know what's coming towards him. 2 lone Zerglings are being sent out, but yeah, I believe SERRAL might try to attack from 2 different fronts. He's just checking the water to see how many tanks are there, how much infantry is there, but he has another great group of units here into this location, so it might be a double attack very soon to surround the newly established base here from innovation, as both players are pretty much close to being maxed out. So very soon we are going to be very likely seeing a very big engagement here, as the infantry weapons are also getting finished here for innovation. And let's have a look what is going to happen here, as once again he's trying to move out with some medivacs, attacking the overseer here, and even once a liberator has been added, so some factory units also being added here. Ghost person or Proleague, so we might see some EMP shockwaves go out. We also might see some nukes go out for him as well, as a lone liberator is patrolling here the map, and very soon he's very likely going to attack the expansion points or even the main from. So let's see, actually innovation moving out with a quite strong force into the middle of the map. Same can be said here for SERRAL. He still has those units on standby, and very soon he might try to attack the expansion point. Only tanks are guarding this, not that much infantry, just a scouting command center. But hold on, lots and lots of liberation zones here, as in comes the Marauders and the Marines from innovation. At the same time we also have a drop happening here, so a double attack by innovation. SERRAL surely has to react now, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's bringing his banelings forward. It's going straight for the economy, straight for those SCVs, and great connections here indeed for both players, as 14 SCVs have fallen. The Ghosts will be able to hold this, and in the end only liberators are being left here for innovation, as yeah, the Ghosts also look really strong here, as we might see indeed some nukes, just like I told you, into the late game. In the meantime, we do have Vipers finally here with great parasitic bombs, as we also have a nice drop happening here with a great location for all of those units. Near those parasitic bombs pretty much have taken care of those medivacs, and again the banelings will get some great surrounds and kill all of the units. But in the end 10 drones have worked have been snapped here, and still worker wise pretty much the same worker amount as the Vipers. Gather more and more energy here from the hatchery. In the meantime, SERRAL with just a group of Zerglings, I believe the Terran should be okay here. Actually, not that much being left here to defend, just a lone tank in the back, so Innovation might need some more units to defend this. He has the planetary fortress, of course, so he should be okay, and some ghosts here to defend, so yeah, reinforcements also nicely moving forward for him, so he should be fine. And in the meantime, some damage has been done here as the Liberator has 1 kill, so yeah, pretty good stuff for both players. Actually more drones are falling here somewhere onto the map. I believe the Liberator is once again attacking here, and in the end we do have a transition indeed by SERRAL into some Corruptors, so we might see some Broodlords very soon. Of course, the natural counter towards all of that infantry from Innovation are of course Broodlords, and he also snapped the 2 Liberators in the air, so let's see the reaction from Innovation here with his fleet of Liberators. He might also have to transition into some other units. Perhaps some battle cruisers would also be very nice for him, as some Wraiths would also be very good for him. So let's see, attack might happen here, but there's a planetary fortress, there are some sensor towers and even missile towers getting added here for Innovation, as his Liberators are here. And yeah, just pretty much both players just patrolling the map, just securing their newly established bases. Innovation with a very nice macro game, great planetary fortress defense, as luckily for him is also being able to defend this location right here with the spinning turret and the guy inside of it. So yeah, great defense indeed for him. We are closing towards the 20-minute game, of course, still anyone's game. Innovation with some small attacks here, but still dealing quite some damage towards the economy here, and at the same time might be able to snap this hatchery right here. SERRAL not really wanting to give it up, and in the end it will be snapped. Small losses, but the Medivacs do eventually make it out, as the Corruptors are really slow to come here forward. At the same time, another snipe happening here against SERRAL, so SERRAL losing 2 newly established bases. Quite a great double attack by Innovation, nicely taking out those bases here from SERRAL. And as the game goes on right here, so let's see what SERRAL's reaction is going to be, as to of course rebuild those bases. But yeah, Innovation with some great pickups, and at the same time is of course securing the expansion points, as SERRAL still staying towards that Link Bane Hydra for him. No other units, just some Vipers have been added to support versus the Aryans. And hold on, actually we do have a transition by him into those Broodlords, so finally a great unit for SERRAL, as very soon I believe he's going to try to attack, and we even have some Queens here. We might even see some Infestors as he's moving forward with the payments, with the Zerglings. In come the Liberation Zones. But I believe those many Corruptors here for him should be fine. However, his main force was into the middle of the map, is going to be able to deal so much damage versus his opponent. So let's see if he's going to regroup and launch a huge attack towards the middle of the map. Sometimes Innovation tries to counter here another expansion point, so this might force SERRAL very soon to attack into the center, into this newly established bases here from his opponent. Let's see if this is indeed going to be his reaction. The infantry is pretty low, there are some banelings to attack, but a great micro here for Innovation, as he's able to spread his units. And once again, Innovation attacking on different fronts, but hold on, actually a great engagement this time by SERRAL. No afterburner here for those Medivacs yet, and we even see a nuke happening here from Innovation, a defensive nuke by him, forcing SERRAL to uplift those spores. Still taking some damage here, so a nice nuke from the Terran player, the first nuke actually from the game, around the 20-minute mark. And SERRAL still bleeding here, still losing HP. I believe the spore is pretty much going to implode here. Yes indeed, so nice stuff by Innovation. He still has those expansions up. Both players actually pretty much with the same army count, with the same worker count. As who is going to be the one attacking first? There are Infestors on the ground, there are Vipers in the air, and Innovation just nicely pushing SERRAL back here with some defensive nuke. Just SERRAL needs to be careful not to die here, but a great abduct, and in the end the ghost will fall. There is vision of course, but yet another nuke here from Innovation. Very nicely done by him. Still, I believe Serral is going to try to react with some Vipers, or perhaps he's just going to allow the nuke to land here. Just needs to be careful not to take some damage. And yet another attack happening here from Innovation towards the expansion point. We even have a nuke getting launched here, but the real action of course is happening here towards the expansion point, the newly established base from Serral, as it's once again being taken out. So very hard game here for Serral versus his opponent. Innovation dealing quite some damage towards the economy and also nicely abusing those nukes, as there's not that much anti-ground units here for him. Just needs those rulings. Finally some Banes do arrive here, and in the end this will be cleared. But yeah, nuke after nuke is getting launched here, so great abusive gameplay here by Innovation. As finally there should be vision of course against this one ghost. At the same time yet another nuke, so this ghost might be lucky here. And a great nuke getting launched here, and attacked here against so many drones. Quite a successful move by him, and still the ghost is alive with 27 kills. He might try to launch yet another nuke from this location, and he might even be successful in killing this one hatchery right here. So quite a great move by Innovation. Finally there's an overseer reaction by Serral, but the damage has already been done. Let's see if he's indeed going to continue. At the same time, Innovation nicely taking base after base here, doing a great macro game indeed, even adding some Vikings versus the Corruptors in the air and versus the Broodlords. And there's the reaction here from Serral, as he's going to attack the new base here from Innovation. In the meantime, still those Broodlords on hold position with the Infestors, as slowly but steadily I believe Serral is going to try to push here forward. He even has some spores. Innovation nicely answering with his infantry, taking out the expansion. So Serral not that much mobile versus his opponent, and perhaps one lucky nuke is going to be able to take out so many units. Let's see some mind control actually happening here versus the ghost, as finally in comes the attack from Serral. Innovation has to react. There are nukes, defensive nukes for him. There are spores attacking for Serral, so a great game indeed. We have spores into the middle of the game. At the same time, Serral on the defense here, as he did a little bit of damage with his Broodlords. But yeah, still anyone's game of course, as we have passed the half-minute mark of this game. Still a very interesting game in between the two pro players, and a very nice macro-oriented game, as nuke after nuke is getting launched here by Innovation versus his opponent. So Serral has to slowly but steadily move back. At the same time, great drop once again happening here versus the expansion, as Serral still on the defense, and a very interesting move out here by Innovation, taking the newly established base from Serral. I believe he's going to transition some SCVs very soon into that location, just to try to steal as much minerals as possible. So very good move, but Serral immediately reacting with some Zerglings, as nuke after nuke is going out. So very nice abusive gameplay here by him. And the Serral of course has to react with those Zerglings, as there are still Broodlords pretty much in control of the middle of the map. Let's have a look at the army count from Innovation, going towards Vikings of course to counter the Broodlords. Vikings with Liberators, very strong, and some tanks, and nuke after nuke is still getting launched here by him, as he's of course going to try to snipe some of the units, but Serral nicely reacting with some fungals, so he should be able to take out those ghosts. So very precise game here for both players, as Innovation now tries of course to defend the expansions for him. So let's see, nuke after nuke is getting launched indeed. Serral needs to be very careful, as he's going to be taking some snipes here out of the units, out of the ghosts from his opponent. So yeah, let's have a look who is going to be the victor one. And Innovation also always nicely finding some good positions here for his ghosts. Very nice abusive gameplay, starting to snipe of course the overseers, but in the end this will be cleared. So yeah, very smart gameplay here indeed by Innovation with those groups of ghosts. At the same time he's moving out, he's going to be able to snipe the hatchery that was very low, and luckily escapes here the attacks from Serral. In the meantime, Serral tries of course to counter attack, but Innovation with a very great game indeed by him, And yeah, very hard game indeed for SERRAL, as he's losing base after base. And still anyone's game, of course. Worker wise, they have of course dropped some workers as more and more of the map is getting mined out. So 68 workers here for both, lots and lots of upgrades. Both players try of course to get as much map control as possible into the middle of the map, as some SCVs will be finally sacrificed. And still nuke after nuke is getting launched here for innovation. So let's see when or if we're going to be seeing a final attack, a huge attack with lots and lots of corruptors here and lots and lots of broodlords for him, and actually adding of course spores after spores. Very good for detection and very good versus the Vikings and the Liberators in the air, as innovation is now slowly pushing out, killing some spores. Some SCVs are once again getting killed here to gain more and more of a supply advantage here for innovation. So yeah, let's see. Good nuke launch here by him. Great EMP as well, but not catching all of those infestors. Those fungus will be very deadly against the infantry for innovation. And now some fungus might go out, as the Protoss will be able to take out the infantry. So this is the plan from SERRAL. He's slowly but steadily going to bleed out innovation. Is just going to launch fungus after fungus, and at the same time the Broodlords with their long range should be able to take out the infantry from his opponent, as slowly but steadily we're closing towards the 30-minute mark. So yeah, what a great abusive gameplay here by him. A small mistake by SERRAL could cost him of course the game. A nuke that could launch towards him might take out so many units. Liberators taking out some Zerglings, but still the expansion points here from innovations aren't really being touched, and those now nice points here for innovation, finding great position for his ghosts to launch those nukes, as finally some ghosts will be able to be taken out here by some broodlords. And yeah, very interesting game indeed we have here. Any small mistake could of course cost the game. So let's see, SCVs once again getting suicided here, so innovations wants more and more of a supply of an army. And yeah, the nuke once again is getting lost. So of course a very hard game here for SERRAL. He is pretty much held at bay with all of those nukes. Even the newly established spores will be taken out. He has to cancel the spores actually to avoid the nukes. Innovation with a great move with some small group of units attacking the expansion points here from his opponent, as SERRAL is once again moving out with his units, sniping some eggs on the ground. And yeah, still the same story here. Nukes getting launched by innovation. SERRAL reacting with some fungus, as the real big damage dealers will of course be the ghosts, especially with their EMP shockwaves against the infestors and against the vipers. In the meantime, finally the small group of infantry is very likely to be taken out, but hold on, we actually have reinforcements pouring forward here for innovation. The same can be set here for SERRAL, as he's nicely cleaning up here the units from innovation, and the medivacs also have to be withdrawn. And the push is slowly but steadily continuing here for innovation, as a scan after scan goes out here, and he's able to push SERRAL a little bit back. At the same time, this expansion not getting touched, so innovation with lots and lots of those mules. It's trying to gather of course the minerals as fast as he can, but SERRAL immediately reacting with some upgraded Zerglings for him. And yeah, he's trying of course to steal as much as minerals as he can. He's going to sacrifice those mules. And there is a planetary fortress, so he could be able to survive here. Actually his infantry is moving forward, even some SCVs are getting transferred, and with that I believe innovation has once again secured another expansion point, a very important expansion point for him, as slowly but steadily SERRAL is losing position after position and is being held at bay. So if this game continues like this, innovation will be having the advantage here. Great EMPs, nice EMP counter here by SERRAL, as now SERRAL I believe is going to try to take out of course the new base from innovation, a very important base indeed here for him at the upper part. At the same time, nice counter attack once again happening here, so SERRAL really suffering here from the double attacks from innovation. He's not that much mobile, he's being held at bay with the nukes from his opponent, and yeah, he's actually taking more and more of casualties here. More and more units are falling for here, and like I told you, every small mistake could cost him the game against those nukes. I believe he already had around 20 to 30 nukes from Innovation, as also Innovation is slowly but steadily moving forward towards the other bases. And we finally do have a reaction by SERRAL. We do have an Artosis then, as we even have a Nidus Swarm for him. So he has to be more mobile, he has to be more tanky onto the ground. So there is his reaction at around the 30-minute mark. Is he going to be able to take out Innovation? The Ghost is very likely going to eat a actually being mind control. I wonder if you can counter nuke your opponent, but of course it will take some more mind control from the Infestor, so I believe it's not possible. However, EMP can be casted against those ghosts, so it's going to be very interesting to see SERRAL do that. And yeah, still a very interesting game indeed. However, I believe a small advantage perhaps here for Innovation, as we see another nuke getting launched here by him. So I believe lots and lots of nukes are still getting launched. Great fungus, however, here for SERRAL, and yeah, he has to retreat once again his spores out of the range of the nukes, and yet another nuke is going to be launched here, but there is vision, so Innovation should be fine. Sorry, SERRAL should be fine. A great fungal getting landed. Broodwar here to respond, but the Vikings are also here in the air, so both players of course respecting each other. And we see the great Nidus connection now happening against straight to the Ghost Academy, so I believe SERRAL pretty much fed up with all of those nukes. He however has to defend on two different fronts, as in comes the attack and the defense with the nukes. And now here we go with the massive amounts of those Zerg. So very smart execution here finally here by SERRAL, going straight for those Ghost Academy. Innovation reacting, he's moving forward, but the real damage is happening here of course against those nuclear bases, and we do see the Nidus Swarm in the end getting taken out, and yet another nuke is getting launched left and right. We did see some great fungus here going out for him, as he's slowly but steadily moving forward. So yeah, even some turrets are getting added here for Innovation, so every building, every structure is of course very important into the late game, as more and more nukes are getting launched here. And this great position getting found here by Innovation, very smart move here onto this map, having a very nice hidden position here for this crouching ghost, as yet another attack, and almost lots and lots of drones getting taken out. So this even stops of course the mining, and in the end the hatchery is going to get sniped. Yet another nuke here. EMP shockwaves also go out, Liberators in the air, so this hatchery is getting sniped. The Ghost has done a great job here, nicely abusing, massively abusing the nuke stuff, and he could even nuke himself right here, as yet another nuke is being launched by him. And lots and lots of ghosts with sniping ability are being launched here forward. So let's see if SERRAL is going to pretty much commit here forward. I believe he's going to go forward with his bearings on hold position now, but he has to move forward. Bearings are pretty much in control of the ground. In come the corruptors in the air, and still some units will fall for Innovation. So finally a great move by SERRAL, finding the strengths here to move forward. No fungus yet for him, but he's slowly but steadily taking out building after building and structure after structure, as Innovation reacts with a defensive nuke once again. Great sniping going on versus his opponent, and then yet another nuke is getting launched, and this one might be very, very lucky versus all of those long distance mining drones. But SERRAL is reacting, is nicely microing them out of danger. He might even cancel this expansion, as SERRAL finally is pretty much fed up and he moved forward with his units. He might even try yet another Nidus Swarm very soon, as the abusive gameplay here continues for Innovation with his mass nukes versus his opponent. And let's see how things will unfold. SERRAL tries to expand onto a different location, and there is indeed that Nidus Swarm with some Zerglings, or it should be some Zerglings very soon. Some Lurkers would also be very interesting here for him. Not that much vision for Innovation, only some scans, and still let's see what's going to happen here. The Nidus Swarm has been finished, but no units are into that, as some great fungus happening here and some ultras are moving forward. So a great attack by SERRAL. I should be able to fend this off in the end. Still the middle of the map pretty much in control by SERRAL, as finally some ghosts will be able here to take out the swarm, and in the end some more nukes are getting launched. So pretty much the same picture here, but it will all come out into the great late fight. Pretty much the same mineral amount, same economy for both players. He just needs to be careful not to eat a nuke here from this Ghost. There is no much energy from to this Ghost. Still 2 drones have been sniped, and we might see indeed the Corruptors vomit onto this one base. So finally SERRAL with a great reaction here, being able to take out the expansion here from Innovation. However, lots and lots of minerals have been mined for him, as SERRAL is retreating a little bit, and still massive amounts of ghosts into the air here, snapping more and more of the units, and yet another nuke is getting lost. So this ghost right here, pretty much a hero ghost with 35 kills. Pretty much most of them were drones, so very nice stuff. And with that, once again taking out the hatchery, even dealing damage towards himself with the nuke. And in the meantime also great counter once again here for him. So Innovation much more mobile than SERRAL, even sniping some drones here. So sorry, but still, if you look at the minimap, SERRAL is losing more and more control of the minimap. He's trying to counter with some Zerglings here, but Innovation should be close by. Finally the Ghost is not even being taken care of, and once again he's going to launch another nuke versus his opponent. So very hard game indeed for SERRAL, as the nuking tactic seems to be working out here for Innovation. And slowly but steadily you can see, of course, we're closing in towards the end game, but SERRAL seems to be a little bit behind, even though worker wise and supply wise are pretty much the same account. And his army, however, looking very scary. Lots and lots of Corruptors. Great fungus now against the infantry from Innovation, and once again a Nidus Swarm is getting added here for him. And yeah, let's see what's going to happen here, as SERRAL is once again moving forward. I believe he's going to be the one attacking first with the Broodlords. Some drones are getting sniped, but yeah, the Broodlords dealing great damage. The Corruptors might be able to take care of the Vikings, and some Ultrisk are getting added here for SERRAL. So SERRAL with some long distance mining, he decides to attack, as the Ghost will be able to take care of the Worm. So this could allow him to attack, of course, but there's so many Vikings in the air. Let's see if SERRAL is going to pretty much commit. He needs to be careful, those Broodlords aren't really that mobile. And finally, I believe we should be seeing an attack. Vikings versus the Corruptors. The base taking more and more damage here as cities try to repair it, but the Vikings are nicely getting kited back and forth. Great parasitic bombs towards the air. Still, the expansion is pretty much alive. Finally, it will be taken out, but at the same time, counterattacks here happening everywhere for Innovation, and the Vikings in the end will be sniped. But at what cost? As Innovation is able to take care of the other expansion points here from SERRAL. So SERRAL losing yet another base, and he is being forced to long distance mine here. At the same time, he was able to snap SERRAL was able to snap the expansion right here in the middle of the map, but actually more and more damage is happening here. Now the Ghosts have entered the game, as they're able to snap so many units. Some Infestors are here, but the great EMP shockwaves reacts here, and we have triple counter nukes from Innovation versus his opponent, as more and more damage is actually being taken here by Innovation and SERRAL same wise. So both players taking more and more damage. The buildings on the ground dealing more and more damage towards that planetary fortress, and we even have a floating base here versus his opponent. So SERRAL deciding to be the one attacking Innovation with counterattacks towards his opponent with defensive nukes, and I believe this base could be taken out very soon. We might see SERRAL once again using the vomit ability here for against the planetary fortress, dealing lots and lots of damage towards the ground. So yeah, let's see what's being left. This base is of course very important here for Innovation, as SERRAL prepares another attack towards it. So let's see if this is indeed going to be the point. He needs to take out the Ghost very soon, but lots and lots of Ghosts are getting forward, sniping those important Broodlords in the air. So more and more damage is being taken, and great EMP shockwaves versus SERRAL here, as no fungus are being left alive, only some Zerglings, but there is vision, so the Ghosts are pretty much exposed here. Some Banings might even get some great connections. The infantry is moving forward for SERRAL, sorry, for Innovation, as once again SERRAL is going to be losing another base here. And yeah, if you look at the supply, all of a sudden SERRAL pretty much behind. So this abusive nuke tactic seems to be working out for SERRAL really nicely, with the nukes, with the Ghosts into the late game. SERRAL dropping to 121 supply versus 185 here for Innovation, as even Innovation is able also to secure this expansion right here. So nice stuff by him. We have very soon we're going to be able to close the 40-minute mark here, so still an interesting game, but it looks like SERRAL is pretty much behind now. Only a miracle can help him out. 27 workers versus 31, not only 94 supply versus 162 here from Innovation, so it seems that Innovation might have done it here, but the game is not over. With some great parasitic bombs, of course, he can deal so much splash damage towards the air. Some great fungus could also take out all of those units, so SERRAL just needs to be careful and micro his units well. And yeah, those parasitic bombs will of course might be the game changer here for him, as the infestors are behind with the fungals. So let's see what's going to happen here. I believe Innovation just pretty much scanning the entire map just to see the entire army here from his opponent, and he knows now that he has an advantage. He knows that not that much is being left here from his opponent. Pretty much looking like he's going to secure this base right here. SERRAL tries to find a good attack point, and I believe the great battle will happen very soon here, as Innovation is pretty much bringing everything he has towards the newly established base. But yeah, how to attack when there are nukes here into this location, and even anti-air fungus are moving out. Great EMPs once again, so the infestors are getting countered with the ghosts. SERRAL has to retreat. He has no more energy towards those infestors. At the same time, great control here by Innovation, as he's forcing SERRAL behind to defend this location right here. No medivacs, so the units will be sacrificed. But yeah, Innovation just buying time for his newly established base, buying time for those mules to micro the minerals there. And yeah, let's see if he's indeed going to find the courage to attack here, but he has no mana onto those infestors, so the EMP counter those really well, as Innovation still patrolling the middle of the map, having lots and lots of energy towards those ghosts, having good defenses here, and pretty much mining all of this stuff out. But why exactly is he going towards the upper right part? I believe he thinks that SERRAL will establish a new base there, so that's exactly what he's doing. He might even upfloat the planetary fortress and use it to attack towards SERRAL, as there is even some long distance mining happening here, so very soon an attack will happen. SERRAL not attacking the expansion point here from his opponent. Innovation preparing an attack towards the use here, towards the base. So let's see if SERRAL is indeed going to be attacked here. Is Innovation going to compete? He's slowly but steadily moving forward, once again using those nukes, so making life very hard for SERRAL. SERRAL tries to counter, of course, with some Zerglings, but he will be held at bay, and lots of units here from Innovation, all of them nicely getting spreaded. And in the meantime, SERRAL tries to counter with some Corruptors, but yeah, the real damage will of course happen here towards this base, as SERRAL needs to be careful not to eat a nuke here from his opponent. And yeah, more and more damage is being taken. Yet another nuke by this great position here from the Ghost, and SERRAL pretty much getting sieged here by nukes. Let's see what's going to happen. We do see a nice kiting here from those Vikings. There are some spores onto the ground, and the nuke is pretty much killing 18 drones right here, so SERRAL not paying attention. It's pretty much under siege from two different sides, so perhaps this was the winning move. He might even try to launch yet another nuke towards this location right here, so yet another nuke is getting launched, so very hard to out micro this. Nuke after nuke is getting launched here. SERRAL pretty much surrounded by nukes, as he's just trying to kite back and forth. He has good energy, great fungus by him, yet another fungal, but he needs more and more of those units, as yet another nuke is getting launched here towards SERRAL. And I believe he has to, of course, commit, so he must lead the Broodwar Star Force to deal damage towards the Ghost. And they nicely try to kite back and forward. And let's see if SERRAL is going to be able somehow to make it here forward. He's able to snap unit after unit, but now in comes the fleet from Innovation as he's moving forward with those Vikings. I pretty much think that he's going to omit here forward. And great fungal, however. There was really great fungals being casted here by SERRAL, but in the end, of course, he has to GG out. There was just way too much here from his opponent. All of those Vikings, all of the Ghosts in the back, and even those Liberators. So nice and stuff here by Innovation. A very patient game by him. Nice abusive gameplay with those nukes. In the end, bringing him the victory. So great stuff by him. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Tommy signing out.